Hi everyone, my name is Tracy and I am back with another Goose Creek lit review. If you are new here, this is the 3-Wick Thesis candle channel and I do these lit reviews on a regular basis. I did not buy all of them because some of them I have already reviewed and I already have like empties videos or first burn impression videos, and I'll share those in the description below in case you'd like to check those out. So I'm just going to open this up. This is a 12-pack box that they sent me, and I'm going to go over the new scents to everybody. There were a few that were new to me, but not new to everybody, and I'll just share with you the scent notes and talk about what I think about them on cold. Well, that's a new one. I have not seen this before. My lid's actually stuck to the inside of the crate. Let me make sure I get the right lids on the right vessels, given how I took that out of there. And that could be because of the weather here. In case you don't know, this background is my room. Well, technically it's my sister's old room at the stepdad's house. Okay, I cannot get these out of here, y'all. Anyways, this is my sister's old room at the stepdad's house. I am staying here in Michigan, and it is very cold. I flew in. It wasn't that bad the first day, but today is my second day, and it is, I think, 22 degrees. So I'm wondering if this doesn't have to do with it just being super cold on its way here, and then these somehow getting mangled in the route. Okay, found that I actually just had to bust out the bottom here to push those out the right way. Okay, so that one, 3 lids were stuck. Let me just check this other one here. Oh wow, yeah, this one is, that is something, y'all. Don't think I've ever seen that before. Which I think this hopefully will just push back in. Yeah, it will push back in. It's gotta be the weather. I've never, I don't think ever, gotten a shipment of candles from Goose Creek and had the candles so dislodged and so out of place. It usually looks like nobody's touched them since it left the warehouse. Okay, got that all situated. These just look really banged up, so they might look a total mess. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't affect the strength and throw. I have had these inside for a bit, so it should be okay in terms of the cold sniff impression. The first one I'm going to start with is the collection that has the labels that look like this. Now this one, like I said, has 8, but there were some in here I already bought last year. Willow Tree is one of those, which I still haven't gotten through that one. Mine is still practically new. I reviewed it and then just never went back to it. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with the scent. I just wasn't really drawn to it, and I feel like the scent notes didn't necessarily match what I was smelling. It's good, and I will probably use it this spring or summer, but I didn't want to buy a second one. And then Lavender Twilight is one that I did finish. I'll share the empty link below. I love that scent. It's an amazing scent. If you like blueberry and lavender, it's for you. The problem that I have is that the strength was so low on it that I didn't reorder it this year. And I know in my empties video I was like, oh yeah, even if it's low strength, I would reorder it. But that was also at a time period where I was kind of just buying whatever I want, even if I don't love it, and burning a lot of candles. And now I'm reducing the number of candles I'm burning and therefore only focusing on stuff I really love. And while I love that scent, I didn't want to risk buying it again and having it be low performance. So I would recommend it if you're okay with a lighter strength candle and if you like lavender and blueberry. I also did not reorder Ladybug Lane. That one, it was okay. It's got a peach note and it's got wildflowers, and I don't really like those two scents all that much, but again, I'll put a video link below to give you more insight into what that one smells like. And then Butterfly Garden is the other one that I did not reorder, and that one, I'm either just finishing it up or I finished it up recently because I chose that candle to be a part of my mom's memorial rotation, and that one's pretty floral. It's apple blossoms, white jasmine, and creamy coconut milk. It's nice, but it's not one that I would personally reorder. I don't love it. So I skipped out on all of those. I did get the other ones, however. I got Queen Bee, which is new to everybody, White Tea and Wildberries, which is new to everybody. And then I also got the Eucalyptus Mist. Oh, and Firefly Fields I did not reorder. And that one I really like, but it's Glowing Vanilla, Radiant Woods, and Warm Amber, and I have so many vanilla body care vibe candles that I was like, I can't right now. So I do like that one. I recommend it, but it's not one that I ordered. So I just have the 3. I'm going to start with the one that is not new to everybody, but is new to me. And I know this has a eucalyptus note in it, which I am really burnt out on, but I did still want to give it a try. One, because I absolutely love the label on this. I think the owl is so pretty. I love the kind of bluish green. The back of the label is just plain, but I'm okay with that. I know that there's some criticism of the new Bath & Body Works Valentine's Day candle labels as being lazy. I think this is simple. I mean, sure, you could add artwork or do something more, and you could criticize the artist for being lazy, but I like the simplicity of just having the label on the front. Plus, I literally never look at the back of the candle. Also, if I don't want decoration, this would make, you know, a nice view. So anyways, I like candles with plain, you know, nothing loud and noisy on the back side. I also love that they did a black accent lid to go with the label. This one's white wax, and these are pretty thin wicks. Actually, I like how this smells. Fresh eucalyptus, sparkling bergamot, and misty woods. Yeah, it's nice. Unfortunately, I feel like I'm picking up residual floral oil. I think this was one of them that had the lid off. I feel like I'm getting something floral, but I don't think it's from this candle. Yeah. Yeah, you can tell this had its lid off with floral candles. The lid smells, I think, more how the candle is supposed to smell. Yeah, it's difficult to get a full feel for this because I feel like I'm getting floral notes. But what I can make out, given the scent notes, the bergamot in this is beautiful. I really like bergamot in candles, and I think that saves this one from being too eucalyptus heavy. The eucalyptus note is in there. It's a little bit sinus clearing, but it's not overpowering. It's not too high-pitched. The bergamot is sharp, but it's not quite like Book Loft level abrasive. It's just very clean and sharp. Adds a beautiful contrast to the kind of sinus clearing eucalyptus. And I don't know what misty woods is. I'm not really getting a woody note on this at all. If anything, there's something in here that smells kind of minty to my nose. Yeah, it's nice. It's pleasant. It feels a little bit cooling. It feels fresh. I actually would have really liked to have had this in my rotation this January because I'm doing a lot of bergamot, and I will be bringing this home with me. So it's possible that I could finish it up this month, especially if the stepdad likes it and we burn it more here before I go back. But overall, I'm happy with this one. I think the other version, I want to say it's either the odor eliminating or it's one of their aromatherapy line candles. So they've had this one out for a bit and I just never pulled the trigger, but I'm glad that I did because I really like the label and I think it smells nice. This one, Queen Bee, is new to everybody. So same concept with the label except you have a bee instead of an owl. And then the black with the black accent lid. Same plain wrap around there. This one is the same wax and wicks, so white wax with thin wicks. Ooh, that's nice. Interesting. What am I smelling? Okay, it's Manuka honey. I'm not sure what that is. I'm going to look up why that's special. I'll put a little blurb down below here. Bergamot nectar, butterfly pea flower, and that's flower F-L-O-W-E-R, not to be confused with pea flower F-L-O-U-R. And camellia blooms. Now, there are camellia bushes all over my neighborhood, and I don't feel like those flowers have much fragrance. Maybe I'm missing it. And this is giving me like summer sunscreen vibes. But it also smells kind of soapy. And it also smells a whole lot like beeswax, and I don't know how I feel about any of this. There's like an earthiness. It's almost giving me a coconut vibe that's coming from the honey, but it's also a very waxy honey, which is what is making me think of beeswax. How that's pairing with the florals in here is making this feel like it's a lotion. And this could be just like you know, like a Jergens style lotion that's kind of simple and has like a hint of something floral in it. Could be a sunscreen. It doesn't have the like pineapple, coconut, banana vibe that sunscreen normally does, but this definitely feels like a lotion to me with the scent combo. On cold, I do not like this one. And I love honey scents, so I'm pretty disappointed. Like, I loved Honeybee Tea from Yankee, even though I think it went a little medicinal. I loved Honeybee Hollow that came out last year, and that actually came out in this collection last year, so apparently they're not bringing it back this year, or if they do, they're bringing it back under a different collection. Yeah, I don't really like that. We'll see how it does on warm, but that's not doing it for me right now. And then the last one that's new to everybody, and the last one I have for this collection, is White Tea and Wildberries. So you have a cute little mushroom with some accent decor here. It's more of a, it's kind of like a yellow-green. Kind of looks like a light lime or light lemonades kind of color. Same black lid, same wax, and same wicks. This one, White Tea, Bright Bergamot, so all three of these have bergamot in them. Sweet berries, fresh lavender, and soft vanilla. Okay. I don't, just off the top of my head, I don't think this smells like tea, like at all. Which that could evolve on warm. Sometimes that happens with tea candles. It smells floral or like a little bit off on cold, but then when you warm it, it absolutely smells like tea. But the first thing I'm getting in here, it's got to be the bergamot, but it's giving me like amber vibes. It kind of reminds me of the amber note that's in Bath & Body Works in the Stars. It's very sharp and perfumey. And I think the way that's playing with the lavender in here makes it feel more like body care-esque than it does something I would want to drink. It's not Earl Grey bergamot, at least not on cold, which is sad because that's what I was hoping for. And then granted, it says white tea, which white tea isn't usually Earl Grey, so why is bergamot in here? I don't know, y'all. Sometimes whoever the marketing, whoever is deciding the names of these candles, I'm like, why are you calling this white tea if it's got bergamot in it? That would be Earl Grey. Yeah. Very, like, light. I don't feel like it's offensive on cold at all. It's not overpowering, but that also concerns me about what that will mean for the warm performance. I do feel like you're getting like a hint of the vanilla in there, but it doesn't come through specifically as vanilla to me. It just kind of feels like a warm base note that's helping to take off some of that sharpness from the bergamot that's in here. And you do get a berry note as well, but it's in the background. And it's kind of feeding off of the bergamot note. It's adding a little bit of what feels like a juicy sweetness to the bergamot. So I don't know, y'all. These are weird. Because this is a weird new candle. A couple of weird new candles. So I'm going to rank these. Number 3 is definitely Queen Bee. I do not like the beeswax vibe, cheap lotion that I'm getting from that. This one interests me. White Tea and Wildberries. I would put this as number 2. I'm hoping this comes to life more on warm. And number 1, I really like Eucalyptus Mist, despite me being completely burnt out on eucalyptus, and that's because this feels mostly like a bergamot candle to my nose. Okay, y'all, I'm going to go fire these up. I'm going to take some burn footage. I'm going to take notes on strength and throw. I'll let you know how these evolve on warm. I will be right back after the cut to share with you what I found. Alright, y'all, I am back after having burned through these candles for the first time. I will say that as a whole, this collection feels solid in terms of performance. I should say at least the 3 I picked up. I know nothing about this year's version of the other ones. I have one that I definitely do not like that I will be destashing. I have one that I discovered is actually broken. And I have one that I really like and will be burning actually when I get home and try to finish it up in January with my January rotation. I'm going to start with the one I don't like and that I will be destashing, and that is the Queen Bee scent. Didn't really like this on cold. I felt like it was a bit lotiony or sunscreeny. I will say that on warm, the floral notes come out in this a whole lot more, way more than what I would like. And you definitely get the pea flower. And I looked up what pea flowers are. I swear I've seen these at my farmer's market. They're very strong. It was overpowering to me. I feel like the honey note in here is beautiful. It actually reminds me of the honey note that is in Honeybee Hollow, but it is so masked by the floral. And then there's also still that weird like beeswax vibe that's in this candle. It's just not, it's not for me. I don't know exactly what the angle is or what their goal was, but it feels a bit imbalanced. It feels a bit mismatched. I don't think the honey note goes well with the florals. So it's just not, it's not for me. I would say if you like florals and you like strong florals that are sweet, you would appreciate this candle. So the honey feels a little bit sweet, a little bit resinous. The floral is very sweet, also too sharp for my nose. I would consider this to have strong strength. It almost overwhelmed me. Actually, I didn't even let this candle get to full wax pool. You'll see there that I burned it out because I was over it. It felt a bit headache inducing to me, and it did have good throw. However, I will say the throw was a bit odd. If you were farther away, you got more of the floral scent, and if you were closer, you got more of the honey, lotion, beeswax vibe. So again, I think there's something off about the fragrance combo. It didn't feel like it was tweaked to perfection. So this one I will be destashing. It will not be in this weekend's destash release because I'm not where the rest of my candles are. The Hubs is shipping those out. I would have to ship this one out. It's just not going to work. But this will show up once I get back, assuming it doesn't break on the way home. And I will be destashing that one at a later date. Number 2, I really like. However, y'all, I was burning it and I was looking at it and I was like, uh-oh, it's broken. So I don't know if that's going to come through. Yeah, you can see this crack right here that runs down this line. And I didn't notice it when I unboxed it. I'm not surprised because y'all saw the box was a total mess. I thought it was wax because sometimes like wax or adhesive will get on there. I started picking it. I'm like, oh no, that's broken glass. So now I have to try to figure out if I can capture a picture from the video unboxing, because now that it's burned, I think Goose Creek is probably going to think I broke this myself, even though I did not. And Goose Creek has not been giving the best customer service to y'all lately, so I'm a bit hesitant to complain about it, but I'm going to anyways, and hopefully they'll just send me a new one. I might just ask for a refund on this one, but I think I like it enough to hold it and try to burn it some more because I do enjoy it. Now the scent, I feel like the berries come through on this pretty nicely. It adds this like slight sweet tartness to the candle. The tea element comes through, but it's definitely not a dark tea. It is a white tea. It feels very light and subtle. It's bright. I feel like there's a hint of citrus from the bergamot in here. I also feel like I'm getting just a hint of floral from the lavender. In general, this feels like a tea that has like dried fruit and dried flowers in it. It's beautiful. I think it's well balanced. It does not have some of the problems that the other one does, the Queen Bee. I really like it. Strength, I would say, was medium leaning towards strong, and it did have good throw. It did fill out the space. And number 1, I ended up liking this one way more than I thought I would, so I'm so glad I picked it up, despite the eucalyptus note, is Eucalyptus Mist. This reminds me of, it gives me like a combination vibes of like Frozen Lake from Bath & Body Works and Cool Raindrops from Goose Creek. The eucalyptus note in here is kind of cooling and icy like Frozen Lake is, and then the sparkling bergamot, and I'm guessing the woods note in here, is giving me Cool Raindrops vibes. I love Cool Raindrops. I think that's one of the best fresh, watery, aquatic scents that Goose Creek does. Although I will say the most recent version that came out in the like wannabe White Barn Neutral label did not perform well. But the odor eliminating version performs really well if that's still available. This reminds me of both those candles. I love both those candles. I really, really enjoyed this one. So you get this like cooling effect from the eucalyptus. You have like a fresh aquatic note in there. The bergamot feels smooth. It's not too abrasive. It's not too sharp. It's kind of just well-rounded and warm and cuddled by the aquatic note and the eucalyptus that's in here. Absolutely gorgeous. Like the tea one, I would say this is medium leaning towards strong. The throw was average on this one. It did not fill the space, but I could smell it from about 6 feet away. So this might be better for smaller spaces. It's also possible that this would come to life more with a second or third burn. First burns sometimes don't tell us the whole story. It really is just a first impression. All right, y'all, let me know in the comments below if you have any questions or if you've picked up any of the new or the returning scent that's new to me and have any insights you'd like to share. I always really appreciate that. I know my other viewers do as well, so you can put those in the comments. If you appreciated this review, give me a thumbs up, and that will help with engagement and growing my channel. If you think I saved you some money with this review and you'd like to pass that along to support my channel, super thanks are always appreciated but never required. And if you want to see more of my face and more Goose Creek reviews, make sure you're subscribed. I'll have another one out with the spring florals on Sunday. I'm actually burning the Earl Grey tea one right now behind me, so I'll have insights on those, at least the 4 I picked up. Tomorrow I have my Bath & Body Works virtual haul with the stepdad. I hope you'll join me. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.